man loves me so much. And, you know, look what we built. We built a beautiful life, and we have 2 healthy, beautiful children. If you haven't noticed, my husband's very, very handsome.
It's so fake. This can't be real.
Oh, he's such a great partner.
It sucks.
Are you joking? It's bad.
This is terrible.
You suck. You suck.
I feel that.
What? Stop. All of it is fake.
Yeah, that's embarrassing.
I don't like it. It's just talking nonsense. It's stupid.
I feel that every day in how supportive he's been. He's also a fox.
You're ugly.
It's weird, right?
I get another lecture from you. I'm gonna go crazy.
Oh my gosh, I work so hard.
Shut the fuck up. You're a fucking idiot.
Meghan Markle is back in the news, and not for the usual reasons. She's getting emotional on podcasts, and still using a royal title that's no longer hers.
Oh my gosh, look at all these photos about last night. ... Thank you, Beyonce and team, for an amazing concert and a very fun date night. All love, girl. She didn't invite you to the concert.
She wants all of the privileges that go along with an identity, but she doesn't want any of the responsibility. She doesn't want to do any of the work. She wants the tiara. She doesn't want the public.
And once again, her staff keep quitting their jobs. But that's just the start. Behind the crying and news stories, there are lawsuits, backlash, and more rumors suggesting something much more complex, and maybe even a bit suspicious.
No, I mean, she used to be on Deal or No
infiltrated?
Deal. Look, she was on Deal or No Deal.
Yeah, that's right. And then the wife convinces you to leave the royal family. Like, I'm out. I don't need you guys. Which is crazy, because don't you just get free money?
We want our privacy and safety, but we'll go be at Beyonce concerts and do whatever we want. Oh, look at him.
By now, some people say she should just go by the name Duchess of Drama. One popular comment even joked they'd believe a fake astronaut before they'd listen to Meghan Markle's advice. Ouch.
We open British markets for American companies. All that Britain demands in return is that we keep these 2.
No! I refuse! I'm sick of it! No, I don't want them. It's just, they are so ridiculed all over the place.
And it seems like that lady is a temptress. She's a siren. She's lured him into the rocks.
Meghan talked with Jamie Kern-Lima, a self-made billionaire and strong speaker, for a podcast that was meant to be about real, deep feelings. But listeners got a very different feeling. It felt less like a real talk and more like an act. Right from the start, the vibe was strange.
Oh my god, that hat. Oh god, he's so hot. Look at him. Isn't it Prince Harry? I mean, she bagged a fox. But look how nice is she. Pulling away from her lovely prince. It's so good. Who's filming this?
The host seemed really awkward, and Meghan came off as fake, like her staged cooking scenes on Netflix.
And Meghan started accepting all these compliments. I know I'm great, aren't I?
Meghan wiped her eyes, her voice shaking as she spoke about the heavy pressure she says she deals with, but something felt off. There were no real tears, and
she also is pretending like she's crying. We zoomed in just to see. There isn't a tear in sight. Dan, look at this. I invite the viewers to take a close-up look at this. Where's the tear?
Just the act of crying in social media, it spread quickly. People didn't believe it, pointing out the acting right away. One old clip came back fast. It showed an interview where Meghan jokes that she can cry whenever she wants.
Now make yourself cry. Oh, I can do that so well. Oh my god, it's crazy. You're like, Meghan, 1 tear, left eye, go. Give me 3 seconds.
Let's just say that didn't make her look good. Was this a real emotional moment or just another act for the camera? That old clip spread fast, and suddenly Meghan's podcast moment seemed less like true feelings and more like a planned show.
But to the world, it's just, what has she been doing? Does she work? As opposed to, oh my gosh, I work so hard, and I appreciate what hard work looks like. I like working hard.
The beginning of that clip where she's like, oh my god. It's like, it's so inauthentic.
The start of that clip where she says, oh my god, oh just feels so fake. Just as the talk about Meghan's podcast began to slow down, body language expert Scott Rouse stepped in and made things worse.
Meghan, how are you? And are you okay?
That's so kind. I am. I'm better than okay. How are you?
That smile's a little bit over the top. And that single shoulder shrug she has, that usually indicates that person isn't very confident with their answer or their statement.
Rouse explained everything. The extra blinking, the stiff face, and how her hand moves didn't match her words. He said these body signs often show stress or, even worse, lying. What really stood out was when Meghan talked about her feelings. Her voice sounded heavy, yes, but her face showed nothing. No stress, no twitch, no real emotion.
Couldn't tell anyone who I was dating and was keeping. So I think we were just on a letter basis.
Yeah.
This is fake. She knows exactly when that happened. The eye search she's got going on there, that's forced and faked, as is the facial expression.
Rouse's review started up the talk again. And just like that, the internet was back to watching Meghan closely. This time, people weren't just hearing her words. They were looking at every blink, every look, and every small head move. Then came the part where Meghan said she writes emails every night to her kids so they can read them when they grow up. Nice idea, sure, but social media didn't believe the sweet story. It felt more like a PR plan than a real mom moment.
Created for the kids these email addresses that sort of like names again that you would never guess that I will give them at some point in their lives when they're older. But before I go to bed almost every night.
Meghan, my God, you get praise every day. Getting attention every day. You gotta praise yourself on Mother's Day? Really? It's all branding. Did you notice it? It's all branding to make herself look more relatable
and now even the tiniest things are being closely watched. In the podcast, a simple photo showed up on screen. Just a gift basket Meghan had made, with a handwritten note. But sharp-eyed fans noticed something right away. The note was signed, Her Royal Highness.
Something instantly. The card was signed, Her Royal Highness.
The agreement that was made did not remove the title. It restricted the way it was to be used. It was not to be used publicly. And she was giving a friend some strawberry jam that she made herself, and she wrote HRH, the Duchess of Sussex.
One issue, she's not allowed to use that title now. The mistake or maybe a power move started a new round of backlash. People wondered if it was just a slip, or if Meghan was quietly holding on to a title that isn't hers anymore.
Meghan Markle is now accused of breaking the agreement with the late Queen after podcast revelation.
I think if somebody gives you a gift, you can say, you know, so-and-so, my friend so-and-so gave me a present. Yeah. I don't feel like she needed to show.
After leaving her royal role, Meghan lost the right to use the title, Her Royal Highness. So when that card showed up, signed with the title she's not allowed to use, it didn't just surprise people. It started a big backlash. Critics called it out as fake. Even some loyal fans said it was awkward, and the internet was harsh. One comment said it best. You can't have it both ways, Meghan.
The compliments of HRH, which is Her Royal Highness, the Duchess of Sussex.
You made homemade strawberry jam. It's kind of like a doctor when you keep referring to them as doctor, like, call me Susan. You know, like, I would never refer to myself as Her Royal Highness.
Is it a bad look for Meghan to still refer to herself as a royal?
No, it's not.
There you are.
Because,
wake me up when you're done.
Thank you.
And now it's not just the public giving Meghan and Harry's side looks. The pressure is reaching the royal family too. In a new poll that quickly got attention, a huge 97% of people said King Charles should fully take away their royal titles. That's not just a soft hint, that's a loud public call. The message is clear: people are tired of seeing them act royal and rebel at once.
He comes out and gives this interview in which he not only says he doesn't know how long the king has left to live.
I don't know how much longer my father has. He won't speak to me because of this security stuff.
Which the royal family was like, hey, let's not talk about the king's mortality because you don't know. Specifically because the king has refused to speak to you since February 2024. Now that is over a year ago.
King Charles might be staying quiet for now, but behind the scenes, Prince William is said to be taking a firm stand. Sources say that when he becomes king, he won't hold back on them. What Harry and Meghan did isn't just drama, it's seen as betrayal, and he's ready to cut ties if that's what it takes to protect the royal image. Whether he does it or not, one thing's clear. This royal fight has left the family chat. Now it's out in the open, and the whole world is watching.
How are Prince William and his wife Kate Middleton responding? They're done. They're done. William doesn't even want to hear Harry's name anymore. He's just kind of like, don't bring him up. We're good.
Especially with Prince Harry, who's been openly complaining about not getting enough personal protection for his family.
I don't know how much longer my father has. He won't speak to me because of this security stuff. I would love reconciliation with my family. I've always, there's no point in continuing to fight anymore. As I said, life is precious.
If you are trying to reconcile with your family, if you are trying to make amends, you don't go on TV and blame them again. This is literally the last thing.
He blamed the royal family and asked for security without paying for it himself. Yep, he wanted them to cover the cost, but that didn't work. He lost that fight. The palace made it clear if you leave royal duties, you leave the royal benefits to...
She decided she didn't want to be a real princess because to be a real princess involves duty and responsibility, caring about other people. And so she just wanted to be a pretend princess in Hollywood, so she split her husband off from his royal family and then inked a $1 zillion deal with a bunch of media companies and then all her projects.
Meanwhile, Meghan was working on a new plan, trying to rebrand herself once more. Her lifestyle project, first called American Riviera Orchard, quietly changed its name to As Ever.
Last year, I had thought, you know what, American Riviera, that sounds like such a great name. It's my neighborhood, it's a nickname for Santa Barbara, but it limited me to things that were just manufactured and grown in this area. And I've been waiting for a moment to share a name that I'd secured in 2022, and this is the moment, and it's called As Ever.
But the rebrand didn't go how she hoped. Right away, it clashed with several small businesses already using that name. Then came the big surprise, the logo looked almost the same as a town's official coat of arms in Spain. That started talk of legal trouble online. The reaction wasn't kind. Many people saw past the fancy look and said it seemed like a rush for fame and money. Uh-oh.
This relaunch has now descended into a farce, it would seem, because officials in the Spanish town of Mallorca have accused the Duchess of Sussex of copying its traditional coat of arms for the logo of her newly rebranded
Well, it's pretty close, isn't it?
luxury brand. It does look very, very close.
Yes, her products sold out in 30 minutes, but only because very few were made in the first place.
When I was reviewing her website in real time, doing my video, it said coming soon. But then, like 5 minutes later, we see that she put sold out.
And just when it seemed like the Meghan stories couldn't get any messier, boom, a homemade bath salt recipe she shared on Netflix might have started a $10 million legal problem.
Meghan Markle fan has claimed the Duchess's homemade bath salt recipe left her with catastrophic burns and threatened to launch a £7 million lawsuit.
Robin Patrick, a woman from Maryland, says she used the recipe and got serious burns and ulcers. She has diabetes, and she says things like arnica and Himalayan salt made her health worse. Now she's planning to sue not only Meghan but also Netflix and Archewell. Yep, this isn't just bad news. It could become a big legal fight.
Robin has said she is willing to resolve the matter without legal action if a financial settlement is reached.
Duchess of Sussex, people were already talking and guessing about her past. One of the most shared rumors was that she once worked as a yacht girl, a term used for women invited to fancy parties on luxury boats, usually hosted by very rich men.
Meghan Markle, the only thing she found was a rich, famous husband.
The nearest thing Meghan Markle ever had to a $1 billion idea was marrying a prince.
It was planned from the beginning. She denied being interested in the royal family, which she totally was. I know someone who knows the ex-husband who said she had a vision board with Prince Harry on it.
Some sources say she went to these parties early in her acting days, though to be clear, there's no real proof. Still, that hasn't stopped the internet from spreading theories. And then there's another rumor that won't go away that Meghan knew much more about the royal family before meeting Prince Harry than she ever said in public.
Wasn't there some speculation that she was on Epstein's yacht at one point in time? There was like photos with her and Prince Andrew way back in the day when she was like in her early 20s. Wow.
It is interesting how she's exposing her as a yacht girl, someone who was paid off by rich men to go and hang out.
As author Kirby Summers suggested that the then Meghan Markle likely spent time with Prince Andrew and Jeffrey Epstein before she even met Prince Harry.
Listen, I brought Meghan Markle, whatever her name is, to my Deal or No Deal celebrity golf tournament. She was one of my Deal or No Deal girls that were, she was a caddy for all of my celebrities.
While Meghan has said she didn't know much about Prince Harry or the royal family before they met, old blog posts and even a friend's story suggest otherwise. They hint that she was very interested in royal life, maybe even dreamed of joining it one day. Whether that's just gossip, chance, or something she's avoided talking about, one thing is clear. It only adds to the talk. To her critics, it doesn't look like a love story, it looks like a carefully planned rise to global fame.
You have to imagine, at the beginning, everyone has like butterflies, and then we immediately went into the trenches together.
Yeah.
Right out of the gate, like 6 months into dating. So now 7 years later, when you have a little bit of breathing space.
I hear this all the time too from the Brits, like, what do Americans really think of Harry and Meghan? We despise that.
Meghan and Harry have changed the royal story in a way no one expected, but what do you think? Are they making new rules or just playing the same game in a new way? If you've read this far, you're clearly interested, so make sure to like, subscribe for more stories, and share your thoughts in the comments.